Hey friend, happy January. It's crazy, you guys. It's 2022. I love this time of the year because it's the time where you get to set your goals. It's a white slate that's completely brand new, no problems, no issues, no mistakes in it yet. Makes me think of what Anna Green Gables said, right? Tomorrow is fresh with no mistakes in it yet. So 2022 has fresh with no mistakes in it yet. And hopefully it stays that way where it's like completely a beautiful year and everything. But last year in 2021, I read 61 books and it was so good. I enjoyed the adventure so much. And it's just super crazy to think that like before that I wasn't reading as much. And it all started at the beginning of the year after Christmas. I had gotten myself the new Harry Potter book. It's the one that's illustrated but also has pop outs in it, which I love, by the way. It's so beautiful. If you haven't gotten it, you should definitely get it. It's beautiful. I actually just bought the second one. It came out, I think, in October or November. But anyways, bought the second one, so I have the second one now. But anywho, so having read so much this last year, I have learned so much about myself as a reader, a writer, and also as a human being. I feel like you learn a lot about yourself when you read. So this year I wanted to host a book club. And this book club will be an online email book club, and it's going to be on my email newsletter. And I will also do some videos and stuff you'll see on YouTube floating around, as well as some author interviews. After reading some books, I'm going to try and we'll speak to some authors and see if we can get a hold of some of them to have an interview. That would be super cool. This January, the book is Becoming Mrs. Lewis, you guys. And I've been wanting to read this one for a while. I'm super excited about it because, for one, I love C.S. Lewis. I love him. I would have loved to meet him if I had been alive when he was. And his books got me through the hardest time in my life as a kid. Seriously, having to deal with bullies and stuff like that was not fun or anything. So escaping to another world was the best way that I could just deal with it. And I was so thankful for those books. It's actually he's the author, and his books are the books that made me want to be a writer. So I'm super excited to get this new look at C.S. Lewis through the eyes as Joy. And Joy is the American writer, and I didn't know she was a writer, actually. That's kind of funny. I'm excited to learn more about her. But anyway, she's the one that he fell in love with. And so it's going to be interesting to read this because I've heard there's actually letters in it, letters from her to him. I guess that he actually destroyed all of his letters. So the writer kind of had to play with that a little bit, but it's going to be interesting. I'm really excited to read this one. And so if you're interested in reading along and in joining in the conversation and getting some of the emails where I send some fun things that are centered on each book that we do, be sure to subscribe to my email, and that's going to be in the description below. Then I also have a Google form. If you would hop in there and just answer the questions, it's just so that I can get to know you a little more and know more about what your reading tastes are and what genres you like and how many books you read last year. And don't worry, if you haven't read like 61 books, 20 books, 10 books, but you just want to read maybe one book a month, that's perfect. That is just perfect. So this is the book we're reading here in January, and I will read you the description so that you can know what it's about. So, in a most improbable friendship, she found love. In a world where women were silenced, she found her voice. Already has me caught. Okay. From New York Times best-selling author Patty Callahan comes an exquisite novel of Joy Davidman, the woman C.S. Lewis called my whole world. Wow. To be called my whole world by C.S. Lewis. Wow. When poet and writer Joy Davidman began writing letters to C.S. Lewis, known as Jack, she was looking for spiritual answers, not love. Love, after all, wasn't holding together her crumbling marriage. Everything about New Yorker Joy seemed ill-matched for an Oxford Don, and the beloved writer of Narnia. Yet their minds bonded over their letters. Embarking on the adventure of her life, she traveled from America to England and back again, facing heartbreak and poverty, discovering friendship and faith, and against all odds, finding a love that even the threat of death couldn't destroy. Wow. In this masterful exploration of one of the greatest love stories of modern times, we meet a brilliant writer, a fiercely independent mother, and a passionate woman who changed the life of this respected author and inspired books that still enchant us and change us. Joy lived at a time when women weren't meant to have a voice, and yet her love for Jack gave them both voices they didn't know they had. At once a fascinating historical novel and a glimpse into a writer's life, Becoming Mrs. Lewis is above all a love story. A love of literature and ideas, and a love between a husband and a wife, in the end, was not impossible at all. So that's what the book is about, and I'm super excited. So I'll also put some links down below where you can find the book. I found this one, where did I find it? I think I found it at Thriftbooks. It was in beautiful shape. Used to be a library book. So I kind of like that. I like getting my books secondhand sometimes because it's giving the book a second life. Like, otherwise they'd just be, thrown away? It's kind of sad. So anywho, this is the book we're going to be reading. I'm really excited, you guys. So be sure to join my email newsletter if you're interested in joining, and fill out the Google form. And we'll have a ton of fun. So I'm super excited. I'll be sending out an email this week with more information about the book club and reading dates and stuff like that, as well as when we'll discuss things too. So I hope that you're having a great day, and I'm super excited about this book, and I hope you are too. Talk to you later. Bye.